told me that she was at a club and Mendeecees, he tried to help.
It's the scandal shaking the love and hip-hop world. Jessica White just did the unthinkable. In a move no one saw coming, she exposed private DMs from none other than Mendeecees Harris. And let's just say, Yandy is not happy about it. The internet is on fire, fans are in shock, and the big question on everyone's mind is, what was in those messages that Yandy didn't want anyone to see? Jessica isn't holding back, and the proof she's dropping is sending waves through the industry. Some are calling it betrayal, others say it's karma catching up. But one thing is for sure, this is about to change everything for Yandy and Mendeecees. Are we witnessing the beginning of the end for one of reality TV's most talked about couples? Or is there more to this story than meets the eye? Stay locked in, because we're breaking down every detail, every explosive revelation, and every reaction as the truth finally comes to light. You won't believe what Jessica revealed, and what Yandy did next will leave you speechless. Jessica White had been sitting on this information for weeks, watching, waiting, and debating whether she should expose the truth. But when she finally did, the internet exploded. Screenshots of DMs, allegedly from Mendeecees Harris, started circulating like wildfire, leaving fans speechless. The messages weren't just casual conversations. They hinted at something deeper, something that could shatter the seemingly perfect image Yandy and Mendeecees have been trying to maintain. Jessica didn't just drop a bomb. She set off a whole chain reaction that no one could stop. The moment she released the receipts, social media went into a frenzy. People started dissecting every single message, looking for clues, trying to piece together what had really been going on behind the scenes. And Yandy, she was nowhere to be found. The normally outspoken reality star, who always has a response for everything, had suddenly gone silent. That silence spoke volumes. But let's rewind for a second. How did we even get here? Why did Jessica decide to put Mendeecees on blast? According to sources close to her, Jessica had been biting her tongue for far too long. She had seen things, heard things, and had a gut feeling that something wasn't right. But it wasn't until she got her hands on the actual messages that she knew she had undeniable proof. The moment she saw them, she knew she couldn't stay quiet any longer. Those who have followed love and hip-hop know that Mendeecees and Yandy's relationship has been through its fair share of ups and downs. From legal troubles to rumors of infidelity, they've weathered it all, or at least, that's what they wanted people to believe. But Jessica's revelations painted a different picture. According to her, these DMs weren't just innocent exchanges. They had a tone, an energy, that suggested something much bigger had been going on. As soon as the screenshots hit the internet, fans started speculating. Some believed Jessica without question, saying it was only a matter of time before Mendeecees got exposed. Others weren't so sure, accusing her of trying to stir up drama for clout. But Jessica didn't just post the messages and disappear. She had more to say. Going live on Instagram, Jessica addressed the situation directly. Her voice was calm but firm, her expression serious. "I wasn't even going to do this," she began, shaking her head. "But you know what? I'm tired. I'm tired of watching women get played, lied to, manipulated. I wasn't going to say anything, but at some point, the truth has to come out." Her followers flooded the comments, begging her to spill all the details. And she did. She explained how she first found out about the messages, how she confronted Mendeecees in private, and how his reaction only made things worse. According to Jessica, instead of denying everything outright, he tried to downplay it. It was nothing, he supposedly told her, calling it just a misunderstanding. But Jessica wasn't buying it, and neither were the fans. Then came the twist no one saw coming. Jessica hinted that Yandy already knew. "This isn't news to her," she said cryptically. "Trust me." That one statement sent the internet into a tailspin. If Yandy knew about the messages, why hadn't she said anything? Was she trying to protect Mendeecees? Was she covering up yet another scandal? The questions kept piling up, and Yandy's silence wasn't helping. Meanwhile, Mendeecees was nowhere to be found. No statements, no responses, just complete radio silence, and that only made things worse. People started speculating that he was trying to figure out how to spin the situation before speaking out. But at this point, the damage was already done. The messages were out, the conversations were happening, and no amount of damage control could erase what Jessica had revealed. As more and more people weighed in, old rumors about Mendeecees began resurfacing. Fans dug up past allegations, previous cheating scandals, and moments from Love and Hip Hop where Yandy seemed to be holding something back. It was like a domino effect. One revelation led to another, and before anyone could process it all, the entire internet was talking about them. Then, just when people thought it couldn't get any messier, Jessica dropped another bombshell. She claimed that Mendeecees had been in her DMs long before all of this went public. She didn't provide screenshots this time, but she didn't need to. Just the implication was enough to send shockwaves through social media. If true, this changed everything. It meant Mendeecees had been playing a dangerous game, one that was now blowing up in his face. But the real question was, Yandy's silence in the midst of the scandal had everyone talking. Some believed she was taking her time to figure out her next move, while others thought she was avoiding adding more fuel to the fire. But one thing was clear, she couldn't stay quiet forever. The pressure was building, and sooner or later, she would have to respond. Then, out of nowhere, a cryptic post appeared on her Instagram story with just 3 simple words: "I see everything." No explanation, no context, just that. Fans immediately began speculating. Was she addressing Jessica? Was she confirming the rumors? Or was this her way of saying she wasn't going to be played for a fool? As people dug through her social media, they noticed something major. Yandy had quietly unfollowed Mendeecees on Instagram. That one small action spoke louder than words. Within minutes, blogs picked up on it, spreading headlines like "Yandy unfollows Mendeecees amid cheating rumors" and "Trouble in Paradise." Fans were convinced this was her way of making a statement without actually speaking. But if she really was done with him, why hadn't she publicly addressed it yet? Meanwhile, Jessica wasn't holding back. She went live again, this time calling Yandy out directly. "Listen, I know she's watching. I know she sees everything," Jessica said. "At some point, you gotta stop covering for him." She made it clear this wasn't the first time, and it wouldn't be the last. According to her, Mendeecees had been doing this for years, and Yandy had been looking the other way. "I got no reason to lie," Jessica insisted. "I didn't wake up one day and decide to start drama. I put this out there because women need to stop accepting this kind of behavior. It don't matter how much history you got with somebody. If they keep embarrassing you, at some point you gotta walk away." The comment section exploded. Some fans praised Jessica for speaking out, saying she was exposing the truth. Others accused her of being messy and trying to ruin Yandy's family. No matter which side people were on, one thing was certain: this scandal wasn't dying down anytime soon. Meanwhile, Mendeecees remained completely silent. No posts, no responses, nothing. Some believed he was trying to wait out the storm, hoping it would blow over. Others thought he was scrambling behind the scenes, trying to figure out how to do damage control. But the longer he stayed quiet, the worse it looked for him. Then, out of nowhere, a voice memo leaked. A short, grainy audio clip allegedly featuring Mendeecees started circulating online. The clip was only a few seconds long, but it was enough to send social media into a frenzy. "I ain't even worried about that girl, man," the voice, supposedly Mendeecees, said. "She just wants attention. This whole thing is stupid." Fans immediately reacted. Some believed it was authentic, while others questioned whether it had been edited. But regardless, it only added another layer to the drama. If Mendeecees really thought Jessica was lying, why hadn't he said it publicly? Why was his only response a leaked voice memo instead of a direct statement? Jessica wasted no time reacting. Going live yet again, she was ready to fire back. "Oh, so now I just want." Jessica rolled her eyes in a follow-up live, clearly unimpressed with the accusations. "Oh, so now I just want attention," she said mockingly. If that was the case, I would have dropped everything I had. But I didn't. I put out just enough for y'all to see the truth. And trust me, there's plenty more where that came from. That statement alone was enough to send the internet into another frenzy. What else did she have? More messages? Videos? Was she about to expose even more? The anticipation was unbearable, and Jessica knew exactly how to keep everyone on edge. But before she could reveal anything else, Yandy finally broke her silence, and her response caught everyone off guard. Instead of an emotional outburst or a heated rant, Yandy went live with a calm, composed demeanor. "Listen," she said, her voice steady but firm. "I know y'all expect me to come on here crying, yelling, or defending myself, but that's not happening. At the end of the day, I've been through worse, and I will always handle my business the way I see fit." She didn't confirm or deny the allegations. She didn't address Jessica by name. Instead, she made one thing clear: she was dealing with it on her own terms. "The internet doesn't control my life," she continued. "I don't owe an explanation to blogs, comments, or opinions. I handle my family the way I see fit, and that's all I have to say." Her response left people with more questions than answers. Was she standing by Mendeecees? Was she silently confirming that the messages were real? Or was she refusing to entertain the drama at all? Just as speculation started spiraling, Jessica threw in another twist. She posted a new screenshot, this time a conversation between her and a mutual friend. The messages were cryptic but hinted at something even bigger than just leaked DMs. "You know this isn't the first time," the friend allegedly wrote. "There's a lot more to this story." That was all it took for fans to go into full detective mode. Was this proof that Mendeecees had been doing this for years? Were there other women involved? And more importantly, had Yandy known all along? The internet was on fire, and the tension had never been higher. But the biggest shock was still yet to come. Jessica wasn't finished. In fact, she had one more card to play, one that would take this entire scandal to a whole new level. And once she revealed it, there would be no going back. Just when everyone thought they had seen it all, Jessica decided to escalate things even further. She had already hinted that there was more, but no one expected what she was about to drop next. Late at night, while social media was already buzzing over Yandy's response, Jessica posted something that made everything 10 times worse: a screen recording. This wasn't just another screenshot. No, this was a full-on recording of her scrolling through her messages with Mendeecees. As she scrolled past the already leaked DMs, fans held their breath. And then, it happened. A new set of messages appeared on the screen. But these weren't just flirtatious. They were something far worse. These weren't just casual texts or playful emojis. These messages suggested something far worse. Something that made it clear Mendeecees wasn't just having harmless conversations with Jessica. It appeared that he had made promises. Promises that, if true, could destroy everything he had built with Yandy. One message, allegedly from Mendeecees, read, "You know how things are with me and her. I just need time to figure this out." Another said, "You already know how I feel about you. Just keep this between us." Fans latched onto those words, "Keep this between us," and Twitter immediately exploded. Had Mendeecees been juggling two women at the same time? Was he leading Jessica on while still maintaining his public relationship with Yandy? Jessica didn't even need to say much in her caption. All she wrote was, "I told you," and that was enough. Within minutes, the post was everywhere. The Shade Room, gossip blogs, Twitter threads, everyone was dissecting every detail of the messages, trying to piece together the real story. Some fans believed Jessica completely, saying the proof was undeniable. Others were skeptical, questioning why she was releasing everything so strategically instead of dropping all the evidence at once. But regardless of what people thought, one thing was certain: the whole world was waiting for Yandy's reaction. For hours, Yandy remained silent. No Instagram posts, no cryptic messages, just silence. And that silence spoke volumes. Was she trying to process everything behind the scenes? Was she talking to Mendeecees, trying to get the truth from him? Or was she simply refusing to give this drama any more energy? Fans couldn't help but compare this scandal to past rumors about Mendeecees. Over the years, whispers of infidelity had surfaced, but nothing had ever been confirmed. Yandy had always stood by her man, brushing off accusations and maintaining a strong front. But this time felt different. This time, there was evidence, not just vague allegations, but actual messages. Then finally, Mendeecees himself broke his silence. But instead of posting a statement or going live, he did something unexpected. He dropped a blurry, low-quality Instagram story with just one sentence. "You all believe anything." That was it. No denial, no explanation, just a vague, dismissive response. But if he thought that was going to calm things down, he was dead wrong. Jessica wasted no time clapping back. Within minutes of his post, she went live again, smirking at the camera. "I love how people always want to act like the internet just makes stuff up," she said. "Like, sir, did I text myself? Did I Photoshop a whole conversation? Did I screen record imaginary messages? Come on now." She let her words sink in before delivering the real blow. "But you know what? I'm not even mad at you. You doing what men always do, lying until they can't lie no more. But since you want to play dumb, I guess it's time for the voice notes." The comment section exploded. Voice notes? The second she said those words, social media went into an absolute frenzy. If Jessica really had voice recordings of Mendeecees, then there was no way he could talk his way out of this. Screenshots could be fake. Text could be taken out of context. But voice recordings? That was a whole different level. Fans were glued to her live, barely breathing as they waited. And then she pressed play. The first clip was short, just Mendeecees' voice saying, "You already know how I feel about you." And in that moment, everything changed. Just be patient. The first voice note had already sent the internet into a frenzy, but the second one, that was the one that broke everything. In the clip, a male voice, allegedly Mendeecees, was heard laughing. "Man, Yandy be tripping. She swears she knows everything, but she don't even got a clue. She thinks I'm always on business calls. Whole time I be talking to you." That was all it took. The live chat went wild. Blogs reposted it within minutes, and Twitter was instantly flooded with memes. Not Mendeecees clowning Yandy behind her back. One person tweeted, "If this is real, he is done." Jessica just sat there, watching the chaos unfold in real time, before ending her live with one final message. "I told you all from the beginning, I don't lie." The internet was officially in flames. But the biggest question remained, how was Yandy going to respond? Because at this point, there was no ignoring it, no brushing it off. This wasn't just a messy rumor anymore. This was proof. And for Yandy, the truth was out in the open for the whole world to see. But just when people thought they had seen it all, Yandy made a move that no one expected, and what she did next would change everything. As the internet exploded with reactions to the leaked voice notes, all eyes turned to Yandy. Fans flooded her social media, demanding a response. Was she going to deny it, defend Mendeecees, or finally acknowledge the truth? But Yandy, she remained completely silent. No Instagram posts, no cryptic quotes, no shady song lyrics, nothing. And that silence only made things worse. Because when a scandal like this blows up, people expect damage control. They expect some kind of reaction. But instead, Yandy's silence left fans speculating. Was she too embarrassed to speak? Was she waiting to have a private conversation with Mendeecees first? Or was she simply refusing to give Jessica the attention she wanted? The blogs kept the pressure on. The leaked voice notes were reposted over and over, dissected from every angle. Some fans claimed the voice didn't sound exactly like Mendeecees, while others argued it was undeniable. But regardless of what people believed, one thing was clear: this wasn't going away anytime soon. And then finally, Yandy made her move. She went live on Instagram. But instead of addressing the drama head-on, she did something no one saw coming. She was sitting in her car, wearing sunglasses, her face unreadable. The live started with a long silence as she scrolled through the comments. People were practically begging her to speak. And then she let out a small laugh. So you'll really believe anything, huh? She said, shaking her head. That one sentence sent shockwaves through the internet. Was she calling the messages fake? Was she saying Jessica was lying? Or was she just trying to act unbothered? She leaned closer to the camera, adjusting her sunglasses. Let me make something real clear, she said. I don't argue with people who need attention. I don't go back and forth with people who wake up every day looking for clout. My life is too blessed for that. The comment section exploded. Some fans cheered her on, saying she was handling it with class. Others weren't convinced. Girl, is it fake or not? One person typed, blink twice if you need help. Yandy remained silent for a while, not addressing the situation directly. When she finally went live on Instagram, she seemed calm and unbothered. She simply said, "You all really believe anything, huh?" and shook her head. She continued, "People love to twist narratives and create drama where there is none. But at the end of the day, I know the truth, and the truth always wins." Without giving a clear denial or confirmation, she ended the live, leaving people with more questions than answers. Shortly after, Mendeecees also responded. He posted a video looking directly into the camera. "I wasn't even gonna say anything because this is just ridiculous. But since people want to play games, let's talk about it," he said. He claimed that the messages were fake and that people should stop believing everything they see online. Addressing the voice notes, he said, "Anyone can edit a voice memo. You all ever heard of deep fakes? People will do anything for clout." Many fans didn't believe him. Some commented, "So we're supposed to believe AI wrote your messages?" Others felt his response was weak. But he continued, accusing Jessica of using his name for attention. "She's been trying to get clout off me for years. This is nothing new," he said. Jessica quickly responded on Instagram, posting, "Gaslighting 101. When a man gets caught, he calls the woman crazy." She then followed up with another message. "If I was lying, you'd send me a cease and desist. But you won't, because you know I have more. Play with me if you want to." This statement sent social media into a frenzy. Fans started speculating. What else did Jessica have? More texts? More voice notes? A video? Meanwhile, sources close to Yandy claimed she was deeply hurt, but handling things privately. Some reports suggested she was thinking about whether to stay in the relationship or walk away. Just when people thought things were calming down, Jessica dropped another bombshell. She posted a simple Instagram story with a black screen and white text. "I tried to be nice, but now, game on." This statement reignited the drama, leaving everyone wondering what she would reveal next and how Yandy would respond. Now the biggest question remains. Is Jessica telling the truth, or is this just for attention? Should Yandy believe Mendeecees or walk away? The situation is still unfolding, and fans are eagerly waiting to see what happens next. Oh.